So the portion of Lech Lecha, literally the words Lech Lecha means go to yourself. And the Zohar begins this week's portion of Lech Lecha like this: Shimu alaya bir leiv harachokim tzedakah. That listen to me, you who are those who have heavy hearts, who are distance themselves from righteousness, from tzedakah. And it goes on to explain that there are those in this world that are heavy-hearted. There's a heavy heart. And then in contrast it says, Tachazi, come and see, Avraham boi lekarva lekutchabrichu. Abraham had a desire to become closer to God, to Kutchabrichu, to the Holy One. V'iskarav, and he therefore moved himself closer. As it says, Ahafta tzedek tisnaresha. That he was a lover of righteousness, and he despised anything that was wicked. Avraham mikol darei, he was chosen, Abraham was chosen from all this generation, the havei abir leiv, which were heavy-hearted. So the Zohar basically gives us something very interesting, because which is called the backstory. If you look at the Torah's description of Abraham, it's a very strange description because we don't really know why Abraham is chosen. All we know is he's born, and fast forward 75 years, and he hears a voice saying, Lech Lecha, go out to yourself, or go to yourself, and move towards your own destiny, from your land, from your father's land, to the place that I will show you. But why Abraham? If you contrast that to the story of Moses, the story of Moshe Rabbeinu, there's a backstory. We know he's a great leader. We know that he's a very compassionate person. When he sees people fighting and quarreling, he tries to stop them. He's always standing up for the oppressed. And then finally he hears a voice at the burning bush says, you're chosen to take my people out of Egypt, which makes sense. There's a backstory. We know why he's chosen. But Abraham, we don't know why. Why is Abraham chosen from this entire generation? What is the quality of Abraham? And the Zohar tells us that the quality of Abraham is actually related to the directive that he hears. The voice that he hears is Lech Lecha, go to yourself, which is to move. The movement is what is the definition of Avraham. Abraham's definition is that he is a person, before he heard the voice, that always was moving. He was always growing. And in contrast this between a person that has a heavy heart and a soft heart. Now symbolically, a heavy heart means someone that's stuck and stubborn, and there's no movement. I know what I know, and I'm not ready to move forward. And most people are stuck in their stubbornness, that they are comfortable in their zone, whatever they create for themselves, their own life, and it could even be a miserable life. It can be a miserable relationship, a miserable job, a miserable place of living, but they're comfortable in their misery, in their small situation, and they're very stubborn, they don't want to move. Abraham was always a person that was looking to move forward. That's the difference between someone that has a soft heart, meaning a heart that's amenable, that could be moved, that could be changed, and someone that has a heavy heart. A heavy heart represents stubbornness. A soft heart represents a person that is ready to make a move. So Abraham, the Torah tells us, and the Zohar gives us insight, Abraham, Lech Lecha, he's chosen to be Abraham because he was ready to take the first move. He's a skar of Lekutchabrichu. He moved forward. He wasn't ever stuck in his stubbornness. And this is a contrast to all the people in his generation who were stuck in their smallness and whatever the situation that it was. And Abraham always said, that's not enough. He smashes idols. Idols represents something that's concrete, something that's stubborn. There's no movement. It's solidified. It's an object. Abraham smashes the idol, meaning he smashes anything that's permanent. And he says, I want to grow. I want to move forward. And this is really a story of our own life. In order for us to Lech Lecha, which on one level means go forward, but Lech Lecha really means go to yourself. Journey to yourself, and which can also mean journey inwardly, but also for your own benefit. If you really want to discover who you are, which will ultimately bring just benefit for yourself, the first thing you have to do is actually Lech. You have to make a movement. You have to move forward. You have to be open for the possibility to change and not be stuck in your stubbornness.